What is happening, people of the world? Welcome back to another episode of the Whiskey and Wade Show with me, your host, Tommy Mac.
And me, your better host, Tyrone McKenna.
And there's no the crack. We're in association with the best of the best.
Oh, glorious.
Look at that, though.
Dragon Claw.
A bottle
Fuck's sake, a pint.
A bottle of greatness. Like, you can't get any better. Dragon Claw whiskey.
And the Dragon Claw cola, spicy cola
for
is
the taste it.
unbelievable. Mixing that. I'm not a whiskey drinker, as you know, but...
You can't stop drinking that.
Yep.
So give us tons of treats.
Of it.
And today, as you can see, we're joined by a special guest. This man is probably the number one MC in the country for comedy. A very, very funny man. Doing his own solo show. Hosted Paddy McDonald's SS Arena. He's done gigs all round the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the one and only superstar drummer, Darren Matthews.
Superstar drummer? Are you a drummer?
Yeah.
Really?
That's what I did before comedy. I played
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a lot of musicians go into comedy.
Yeah, it's because we get sick of dealing with other musicians, and they're like, "I'm going solo," but I can't play guitar.
I want to say something before we get started. You may hear this wee thing in the background. I have been on hold for the past hour and 20 minutes. A holiday representative, and I don't want to cancel because I'm literally 7th on the list. And we don't know if we were getting scammed or not.
Where were you at the start?
Everybody else knows there's a scam apart from you.
What did you start in the queue?
I started on the queue 60th. I'm 7th now, and it's been an hour and 10 minutes. But listen, this is what's happened. I cancelled my holiday. I've got a fight date now, and it was the same kind of around the same date of.
Or was it clash?
It was a clash on my holiday, so I had to cancel it. So I'm booking a holiday to go in 2 weeks' time. Went online on sunshine.co.uk, booked a wee holiday to Portugal. They mailed me saying it's pending. I went, right, fair enough, pending. They said they'll get back to me in 48 hours with confirmation. And 48 hours, they emailed me and said, sorry, we couldn't get your thing booked. Can you phone us on this number? It costs 13p a minute. And I went, okay, that's fair enough. So I phoned sunshine.co.uk. It turns out they're saying, you phoned on thebeach.com. But I'm not, didn't phone on thebeach.com. And I've been on for an hour, and I do think I'm getting scammed, by the way. But I'm so deep in it.
It's like Siggy Glenn said last week. Mr. Gullible.
I was just about to say that.
I love that we think this is a scam, and then you're just name dropping people. So if there's any solicitors letters coming our way, I'm not actually part of this podcast. I'm only here for the day.
No, but honestly, is it a scam or not? We'll find out.
We'll find out.
During this show.
Seven people in front of you before we find it.
I really can't miss it. I'm sorry, Darren.
That's okay. No, we'll hit pause. I'm excited for you.
I'm excited.
I'll let the cameras roll when
Yeah. This is why Tyrone's a black eye, by the way. He told his wife that he changed the holidays.
Listen,
hasn't even started fight camp.
But Darren, back to you. So 2 shows coming up. What dates are they on?
2 different shows on August 5th and 6th. One's the Saturday, one's the Sunday. Saturday is my show that I did in 2019, Fight and Fit, which is about the first time I did a white collar boxing thing.
Okay, when was that?
2018.
Can we talk about it? Cause
we can. There's nothing going to be revealed. It frames the show, but it's the boxing was just something I did. So I spent years travelling, and I got back, and then caller number 4. So exciting. I got back from all my travels, and then I was just sort of like in my 30s sitting in my mom's house, and I was like, oh no. And I suddenly realised I was just massively depressed.
So needed something to get into.
So I was like, I want to do something that'll keep me fit, because playing football and going to the gym used to always clear my head.
Then you got asthma, but didn't you?
I have asthma as well, yeah. I've had asthma for years, so I was like, I need something I can do. But like, the fitter I am, the less it annoys me. So I was like, and I know boxing training is the best.
You picked the hardest sport.
I know.
Asthma.
All aerobic.
I pick a sport that you just constantly need cardio for.
You could have got a dog and started going for long walks. Fuck it, get the gloves on, let's go.
I have to now. But no, I'd never boxed before and all that sort of stuff. But I thought I'm going to do something that that will be fun, something that'll get me healthy, and also because it was like a charity boxing match for Cancer Focus, I was like, I'm doing something to help other people.
Yeah,
so it's a motivation to not stop.
On your fight, on your fight in the comedy one,
yeah,
you were lethal.
I wasn't though.
You were?
I wasn't.
By
I
your
like.
own standards?
I had a great coach. Like Paddy was like, try this, and I was like, Paddy, I've got a bit of 1-2 in me. I got to train for 2 weeks because I got really fucked up with it, like a bad chest infection. So I got to train properly for 2 weeks out of the 6. It was not fun.
It was a great fight, brilliant fight.
It was good fun. Yeah.
I'd like to see it again. See all the fights that were on. I'd like to see people with different opponents. But your one was so entertaining. I think we should have 2.
I was worried. I was worried because Sean, who I fought, who is a mate of mine, a lovely fella. He's from like across the road from me in Bestbrook, where we're from. I was fighting him, and there's a bit at the start where you're like, Darren's not throwing much. I walked out and I was like, I wonder how serious Sean's taking this. And he hit me one right through the guard. And I was like, oh fuck, we're actually fighting. Okay, yeah. Because for the first 30 seconds I was like, oh, is this like, are we tipping about here? And then bang, right in the mouth. And I was like, oh, okay, right, fight. Did you get them? This is so exciting. So no, I did, but that was the second fight I'd done. So the fight the show's about is the first one.
How did the first one go?
First one was I lost on points.
Oh, jeez. So you're 1-1.
I'm 1-1. So but I said the thing with Sean, if we ever did the comedians boxing again, I was like, we should do it like wrestling, like because the whole thing where I threw Sean across the ring. I said we could do that. That's like my heel turn. You know, where the good guy goes bad. I said so next year you can get your revenge. But what I haven't told him is next year I'm going to do him again. I'm just going to hit him with a chair next time. I'm going to get Paddy to throw me a chair.
Did you love the boxing, or did you get nervous as fuck going out before?
No, I really enjoyed it. I was more worried that I would get knocked out or knocked down, but I was happy enough. So I mean, I don't know if you saw, I sprinted to the ring.
Yeah,
I ran to the ring like the Ultimate Warrior and slid in under the ropes.
Did he?
Yeah,
brilliant.
He was busting for it.
I was really excited about it, and then coming into the third round, I still felt okay. I didn't think I was going to die, so I was shouting like one more round and get them to wave and all.
Hi, can you hear me?
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. What's happening?
Go on.
I got an email from you saying the ring is booked a holiday 2 days ago to Portugal. Do you want the reference number?
Sounds it's it so far.
He's back on hold.
Oh, jeez.
He's back on hold.
Your caller number 64.
I'm definitely getting scammed here.
Oh, sensational.
You've lost 1170 so far.
I forgot. Did you work it out? You worked it out?
Yeah.
Quick maths.
Hi, sorry about that. My system's loading. Can I just take your reference number?
Yeah, it's date it was from was the 12th of July.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, bear with me 1 second. I'm just reading through the notes.
Tyrone, what's your bank details and pin? You give that up quickly.
Put this on the Patreon. We're going to get
There's an issue with the hotel. I'm just loading up the hotel system. I want the internet.
Okay.
Office sounds like it's having. Last scamming or scaving going on. Scaving and scamming.
Oh, jeez. I'm going to hear you loudspeaker.
exhilarating.
Unreal. Content, boys. Content.
Look at his face. The realization that it's all fraud. Come on, man.
The fuck is going on?
They're getting an hour 13p off you.
I know.
Loading up the hotel.
It's just loading up a hotel. What's she talking about? It should all be her.
Yeah, so there's an hour 13p goes to the lads.
All right. Right, I was going to be like, let's clip back in there and be like, what just happened? I know the magic of TV, this has just stopped. Yeah. And we've come back after a commercial break, but what have we been doing?
We've just been scammed by a holiday people. They said here, the same room that you booked 2 days ago, we're going to book that now again, but we're going to charge you an extra £250 for it.
The way they sort of framed it was like, they shouldn't have like advertised that one too because that wasn't actually available. They were like, actually, it is available.
Yeah.
For more.
But you have to give us another 250
Fuck
quid if you
you,
actually want it.
sunshine.co.uk.
Don't be using names.
I ain't going back to Jet 2 this today. I'm booking my holiday rate because there's no messing with Jet 2.
Man, I feel like I would want to book the holiday for you now. I just feel like I've got genius status on booking.com. Come on, son, I get you looked after.
Every reason, fuck's sake. It was a great wee holiday booked. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, like that's sorted. We'll get on board.
I wouldn't even mind paying the extra £250, but they've just annoyed me.
No, Tyrone.
They've annoyed me.
But you can't pay an extra $250 for the same thing that you were getting.
No.
You're not getting any other perks.
No, rats.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get back to Darren. This is Darren Matthews' podcast. Fuck's sake.
Get that whiskey up. Man's having a bad day.
Holidays coming up.
Yeah, I'm going to. I've done America and Canada this year. I'm going to Amsterdam, and then usually try and do a bit of winter sun in about November, December.
Comedy's paying well, isn't it? Fuck me.
No,
That's flat out.
Who's there?
What's he selling drugs in the shows? For fuck's sake.
No. I had a very well paid full time job up until about a month ago, so I'm an accidental full time comedian because I got laid off. But a load of stuff booked already. I was like, it's all paid for. Gotta go.
They fucking work out then.
I know. That's the whole thing. This is people be take a risk, just go for it. I'm like, this was not my intention.
I always say it. People need to take risks. Like, see in boxing, like, there's people that have wee part-time jobs and fucking do boxing, but I say you can't do both. You have to fucking just full-time focus on it. Like, fuck, like, I was first 4 or 5 years I was broke as fuck, but I was on the door line. I wasn't fucking going working because you have to train every day, diet every day. So
After I had done my first comedy gig, I phoned Tyrone and said, fucking went brilliant. And I said, you're going all in? I says, no, fuck's sake, I've just done one gig. See how it goes. Yeah. It's either all in or not. You were going to do it or you're not. I was like, fuck's sake, Tyrone just done 5 minutes.
but that's my motto is you're all in or not.
See, the thing with comedy is, I started here and then I moved to Australia and I did a couple of years over there, and I spent years traveling. So I've done gigs everywhere. I think I might like traveling most of all, but comedy lets me do it.
Yeah.
So if I get better at comedy, I can do more traveling.
Do you find like in the different places you go to, different jokes work and different jokes don't work?
Yeah. If there's loads of stuff. If I get dropped somewhere, like I did a tour of Asia, I'm not talking about Catholics and Protestants over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you done tour of Asia?
Yeah.
Have you?
I've done like Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam, doing gigs. Like there's English language comedy clubs over there.
Serious?
It's really grim to get up on stage and know that you're the worst English speaker in the room.
Fuck me, that's fine. I didn't know you went over to Asia.
Tyrone loves it. Tyrone went to Thailand. Was that your honeymoon?
That was my honeymoon.
Loved it.
I did the comedy club Bangkok twice.
Did he?
Yeah, brilliant.
He went on honeymoon. Was like, right, tell me, and I'll come back if I had everything sorted out. Your mom's going to train me over here, and everything's going. I was like, fuck's sake, Tyrone.
I went to some. I know a guy, John Hutch. He's a legend.
Yeah, sure, John boy.
And he trains Muay Thai over. He trains all the UFC stars.
I was going to say, you come back in your first fight, you get disqualified for kicking someone.
So I went training with Evans for a few days and I was loving it. I was like, you know what? I'm setting up camp here. Loving life. And he was sorting it all, but then I got food poisoning the last day before I went home, and I swear to God, it just put me off going over again.
I got food poisoning when I lived in Australia, but we went to Bali. If you get sick over there, they call it Bali belly. As in if you eat something bad, but majority of the time it's not even the food, it's the ice. If you get a drink with ice in it.
I don't know. I ate these pork rolls that tasted like they've been sitting there for about 100 years. They're dry as fuck, and I still ate them. I don't know why.
How many did you eat?
Mr. Gold.
Dickhead.
The first one I don't know. That's disgusting. But I'm a weirdo where I'm not going to send food back.
Like we've just witnessed. I've been on the phone for an hour. I'm not staying on the phone for an hour. You know, that's a scam.
But so I couldn't send them the food back. So I had it.
We were just talking about this. You're a fighter who doesn't like competition.
I hate it. I stay away.
But you love boxing. Like you're always like, it's going to be a war. We're going to take a head of each other.
The thing is, I like I don't mind confrontation if someone's made me angry. But if I can avoid it, I'll avoid. Like, I'll not send anything back. Like a bad pain. I was angry with that. Some bouncer or doorman. We were supposed to go in for media, behind scenes, like podcasting. So we went up the door and we're like, here, can we get in here? We're supposed to be doing media, but Jimmy hasn't given us the passes yet. We didn't want to annoy him because his brother's fighting for world title, and the guy was like, what's going on here? And I said, these two are trying to get in their whiskey and wait with Nolan, they're legends. You have to let them in. He's like, they're not getting in. I said, well, can you grab Ian? He's the man in charge of all this shit. And he was like, what did he say?
No, you went. Ian told us to come down here. So we're just trying to, can you get him? And then I went, we'll get him in. No, you went, I'm going to phone him now. You went, we'll phone him in. And you went, don't be fucking cheeky.
But these cunts can't, because they're security, they think they're hard cunts. He went, don't get him in. I went, don't be fucking cheeky. I'm not being cheeky. He said, you are. And then Tommy had to grab me. Tyrone, this is why you don't do the conversations. He pulled me away.
Just follow my lead, turn my head.
But yeah, like anything, like see if I get like a wrong juice or paint or a bad paint or bad food or undercooked food, I'll just eat it and
then end up sick on it. And how long was your flight home from Thailand? Were you shitting out both ends?
My dream's always been to get a wee first class thing home, so I was like, honeymoon, fuck it, I ain't going to book it. No, actually, I got the stomach turn. I said I have to book it now. Booked it because I wasn't sitting in a comedy. Fucked. So I sat in first class, couldn't eat the dinner, couldn't drink the great wines, and just lay there in a bed. But it was great. I slept the whole way. So
I got sick in Bali, and I got sick one day on Koh Phi Phi when we were doing Thailand. We're tracking around. We were in Thailand for like a month. I was doing gigs. So what I would do with the Asian trip was, people I was travelling with, I would do a gig on like a weekend, and then because you were there, the promoters were flying you because you were already inside, like in Asia, and the flights are quite cheap. So they'd be like, "Where are you going next?" I'm like, "I'm meeting up with them in Vietnam," and then I'd fly there, and then I would hang out for the week and then fly back.
It just sounds like the spot to be.
Oh, it's unreal, man. It's
you
so
get
good.
Was this when you were living in Australia? You done this Asian tour, or?
Yeah, I got in with I was doing gigs with a guy called Sami Shah. Sami's from Pakistan, but he lives in Australia. He's a broadcaster on ABC, or he was in Melbourne, but I knew him from doing gigs in Perth, and by chance a guy he went to school with in Karachi, which is silly, like 22 million people, just happened to be the guy who's running comedy clubs in Singapore.
So
so they were like, well, I'll tell him that you're worth booking, you know what I mean? So I was contacting them, being like, hey, so they all have, basically all the promoters in Asia, they will get people to come over from UK, Ireland, Australia, America, and then put them like on a circuit. So they'll be like, if you do the one gig and you get in, and they'll be like, thumbs up, you'll get booked everywhere.
Brilliant.
So I headlined this.
Did you have to have like a working visa to go to Singapore gig?
No.
You can tell me off camera.
No, I just went as a tourist. I didn't ask anything.
So it's not like America where you do like an open mic spot and then they're like throw you in the back of a jeep.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that. I didn't do. I was there and I was advertised. It was Heroes Bar, Comedy Masala. So there's a list of like the top 10 comedy clubs. I've done like 4 of them.
Do you ever like obviously because you're Irish, so going over to Asia is completely different humour and stuff. Do you ever flap over there?
I had a hard gig in, where was it, Cambodia, but that's because it was like a total. I mean, the audiences are totally international, so you have to talk to them. A lot of it's way from, and thank God, a lot of people are from places I've been to. Yeah, so at least I've got stuff to talk to them about.
When did you start comedy?
2011. I think I'm 12 years in.
12 years. That's long.
Yeah, so I was 25.
I'd say like being Irish, especially Belfast, and having like or like up north, you know, and having that accent. As soon as you get out of Ireland, like you're a bit of like a
it's funny anyway.
It's unique.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, like when I first got over there, I'd only been doing comedy for a year. I wasn't very good, but people were saying stuff like, you know, when I was in Australia, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know what you said, mate, but it sounded funny." And I was like, "That'll do. If that keeps getting me work, I'll do it."
I see Scottish people. Anything they say is funny to me. Like Glasgow. They're funny cunts.
But I mean, like the northern accent, that comes from, because of like the plantations, it's a mix of a Scottish accent and an Irish accent. But I said you shouldn't mix them. You know what I mean? They're both lovely accents, but ours is fucking awful.
All right.
It's like I love a roast beef dinner and I love a bowl of ice cream, but you don't put them in the same plate. You know what I mean?
I hate our accent. Any time on TV is just cringy.
Yeah, I'm not from Belfast, so I hate your accent too.
People actually love it, but outside of the north,
do
I think like wasn't that for like sexiest accent north or something?
Like the northern,
one time, and we're living off it.
We're like England in the '66 or something.
Yeah, I think we'll be down on that one. I mean, like the football the other day, I took the ball off Yap's Dam and I was like, please somebody have filmed that.
Really?
Why? Tell us about the football then the other day, because
Man United legends. I must have done alright because I'm playing in the Newry one now as well.
Are you?
Yeah.
Against the United Legends again?
Yeah. So
Same team?
I think some of them swap out and so it's like whoever's available will come and play for them. But I got my jersey signed. I met loads of them.
Does much people come to watch them?
Yeah, it was sold out.
It sounded loud. When I saw Kieran Bartlett, it must have been a back pass or something. He picked it up and when he had the ball in his hand, he dove.
The cat, yeah. Kieran the cat Bartlett, he was all around the net. Like,
no, he did. Get called up. He wasn't be big enough yet.
No, Burnett played and probably won.
I mean, not big enough. He's be fucking 16.
No.
I don't know. I did the claim anyway.
We're all terrible. We got beat like 4-0 in about 15 minutes.
Was Shane playing for the Legends? But
Shane played. There was Cliftonville Crusaders, like guys would have previously played in the Irish League. They made like a select team and then they played the first game.
All
so
right.
that was probably the most competitive match they got, and then they were playing like the charity workers and all that kind of stuff.
So there was a couple of matches in? Or
yeah, there's a few matches on. So Shane played in 3 of them, I think.
I saw Shane's goal. It was a cracker.
Was it?
I got a wee one across the box.
Shane looks like a guy that would be decent at
Shane is a footballer. Shane
played football till I think last year.
Really?
He played like Saturday League and stuff. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, Shane's the real deal.
I saw like a tweet. No, he put up because he was joking. No, like saying, like I'm only gonna say this once. No, like, but I think Stam was in my pocket. No, but he must have tweeted it about 6 times. No, like, and then somebody was like, "He's 50, mate. Get over yourself." And then Shane replied was like, "I'm 35. What's the? I have Crohn's disease. I've never played in the Champions League."
Yeah. The one I put up was it's Yapstam because he sort of dinks around me when I turn around and get the ball off him. But I put up one of these men has won a treble, the other one's wearing a treble XL t-shirt.
Who was the biggest? Was Yapstam the biggest name in it?
Yeah, Yapstam and Wes Brown, so they played in the treble winning team. But for me, because I'm 37, so some of the older guys were more like the bigger players when I was a kid. Brian McClure was there, Paul Parker was there. I would see they would have been on like the 92-93 team.
I've
the first team they won.
Too.
See, that's the thing. Like you have.
I played in Keith Gillespie's team in our charity match.
Yeah, Gillespie was there too. Do you know what was mad? Seeing Brian McClure, who's about 65, hit a 30-yard perfect pass, just a wee over the top dink. You know, like there's no call for that at all. Like
Still got it.
That's the whole mad thing.
What age is he?
He's got to be in his early 60s. A lovely man too. They were signing jerseys and stuff, and they were really, really nice. And my mates were going to me, "You look like a wee child." I was running around with Mark. I'd be like, "Excuse me, mister, will you sign my jumper?" But they were signed as well. I was thinking about this on the way up. I was like, you wouldn't be if you had like an Everton Legends game. Would it just be Duncan Ferguson headbutting people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'd go to it.
Tony Cotty doing backflips. That's the only 2 things I can remember in Everton. Duncan Ferguson nutting somebody, and Tony Cotty used to score and then do a backflip.
I don't even know one Avon legend, Tony Bellew.
Yeah. When you get back up after Duncan's nutted, you Tony.
Who do you support?
United.
Oh, United one?
So you're loving it then? See, and we saying church, they're going to be raffled off for a charity at the live show.
Tyrone. No, I was... Because everyone was making these wee funny videos where they're all like doing toe taps in the back garden, being like, "Get your tickets for the Man United Legends." I did one, but I had like a hurling my helmet on, and I was like, "Get your tickets for the Man United Legends match." And then I did a thing where I dropped the ball and was like, I put it on my TikTok where I was just like, "Get your tickets now." What? Soccer? Ah, fuck. Hurling isn't there?
I actually this week stepped up in the Tommy and your plate and done MCing for the first time. And there was no make at the very start, so I had to get in the ring and just start shouting to a crowd full of people, and it started killing me embarrassing.
Where was it?
It was in Galls. It was just like a small club show, and there was actually Tommy. They asked Tommy to do it, but I stepped up the plate goodwill.
Did he take the mic with him?
He must have, because there was no make.
I think Tony better work. Some they need to take the money. That's how much he doesn't like confrontation. Well, they'll pay him and he's like, "Oh no, it's alright."
Would you get a fucking bottle of Coke and a bag of crisps?
Fucking unreal.
Listen, it was for
It
was for a charity.
That's exactly what happened.
That's sensational. They decided to say, "Come out to the charity."
That'll be all you turn.
It actually cost me because I had to get a taxi down and up for
Tommy, get in touch with him, tell him you give you the money and you'll square him up.
I can't believe it.
You can't cope.
So look, there was no make at the start, and then the make came, And I got in the ring, I was like, happy days, now I can start giving it hell for leather. And started screaming to Mick, and after 3 seconds, the Mick just shut off every time. So it was me screaming, and then me having to shout to the crowd. I was just going...
I've heard that before, and they're going,
yeah.
And
I was like, fuck, this isn't a good debut for me. I feel like I'm never going to get booked again. Well, once they hear the price, the rate that I'm charging, they might book me.
Yeah, no money.
Unlimited.
They're hearing the mic come on and off, and they're going, Jesus, your man. Like Tyrone, he's not great. Like, here, you get what you pay. It's not charging that.
God love me, gets hit in the head a lot, you know what I mean?
But I don't think I'll be booked again, to be honest. So I think that's my short run of MCing done.
So you couldn't do show, so you did it? Had you another show?
I was doing another show up in Ballycastle.
That's a nice part.
So I ran up, and I thought it was like a wee unlicensed show. And so I get in, and the fella gave me the program, the fella running the show. And some of them had nicknames, and some of them didn't. And he was like, anyone who doesn't have a nickname, just make one up for him. So I do that anyway, like when I go to the shows. So the first 3 fights,
I could go so wrong.
I know, but I'm the consummate professional.
He's
So the first 3, there were 3 exhibitions, and they didn't have any nicknames. So the exciting name was like Darren Matthews versus Tyrone McKenna. So I was done all the introductions and called out all the sponsors and all the formalities. I went, right, fighters, get ready, please. Next to the ring, we have Darren Matthews and Tyrone McKenna. Next thing, these 2 wee babies came walking out, 5-year-olds. What the fuck's going on here? Well, son, did any of you see it on my Instagram? These 2 like proper 5-year-olds, first time ever fighting. Couldn't believe it. They walked out, fucking vest swinging off them, shit. The gloves up to their fucking shoulders, you know, to be small arms. And they get in 2 debuts, and then it turned out it was a club show, so it was all like young people, like teenagers.
So is that people from the different clubs?
Different clubs. So it was Ballycastle ABC. It was their end of the year show. Not there, and then all clubs from all around the place.
There used to be one down where I'm from every year, and it was like part of, used to be like a thing called the Camna Festival, and one of the nights was like a big marquee tent, and
I fought that.
Did you at the Camna ABC?
I fought that. That was great.
It was massive. It was class. Like this place was rammed every night that was on.
Lethal all night too. Boom, battering everyone.
So but that's a club show, so they invite the other clubs.
So it's like a wee fundraiser kind of like for the club. So you know the tickets are probably went up now, but tickets are around $10. Try and get as many people as in, and then that'll help fund the club for the season coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's a
you're charging for the MC. You're a wild man.
What was some of the nicknames you'd come up with? What's some of your go-tos?
My go-tos. Matthew Brown. I said, Matthew the Bomber Brown.
Yeah. So I try and go for the alliteration.
Yeah.
And if I can't think of them, I'll just go for the like current professional. So like the Bone Crusher, the Body Snatcher, or
what would you give Darren? What would Darren?
What would I gave you? Well, he had one, the Bestbrook Bomber, which was kind of controversial.
Bestbrook only got bombed once, and I got a week off school. Oh yeah, so the reason I thought it was funny, but they tried to bomb the RUC station when I was a kid in Bestbrook, but they missed, and it landed in the car park out the back. But the bomb was so big, it blew out the windows in my primary school, because the police station was at the bottom of the hill, the convent hill, and then my school was up the top of the hill. So they blew the windows out. We all got a week off school, and I was like, up the paramilitary's place. So I was like the best bomb. I thought it was funny.
Do you have more
I'm from South Armagh, that's funny.
Well, it's supposed South Armagh's knee deep in it.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Did you play much football growing up? Armagh's flying and a strong place for the
played a bit of hurling when I was growing up, and
not a strong hurling county.
No,
more football.
There's one club near me called Creevrua, which is the hurling club, and I played for them because everyone in Armagh's football mad, so getting kids to play hurling, they were basically coming around me like, do you want to come play a match today?
So Darren, manager, captain, every position,
driving the bus, bus license. I was 12.
How come you moved away to Australia or Canada? Where did you go first?
Australia first.
Australia first. How come we moved?
2 of my brothers were living there.
Right.
So my older brother was there. He was working up in the mines. And then my younger brother's a bricklayer. So he was working there too.
I've heard this big dough up in the mains.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Go and do it for a few years, come back.
Is that what you done?
Get them. No, I went over. I was pulling pints and doing gigs. I worked in JB O'Reilly's in Perth, which was the biggest seller of Guinness in Australia.
Really? Was it what's Guinness like over there, Stinging?
Ours was alright, that's why it was the biggest seller. Yeah, but they make it over there, you see, it's a different water. There's a brewery over there, does it?
Alright, that's alright then.
Yeah, Guinness is brewed.
And then you moved to Canada as well?
I went to New Zealand first, then Canada.
New Zealand. What was your favourite spot you ever lived in?
I love Toronto, like.
Toronto?
Canada's top drawer.
Is it?
Australia's beautiful. I mean, I lived on a farm down south out in the outback and stuff, and it was really nice.
Everything's so far away as well. It's like I was there last month.
Yeah, I lived with you. Were you in Brisbane? I lived there for a few months.
It's brilliant.
I liked it.
And cleaning up in the comedy scene out there.
Absolutely.
Well,
sit down.
I done 2 gigs. One I went and done on purpose. The second one was like impromptu. I went. There was a wee open mic night that I put my name down for it.
Were you in Surfers?
Yeah,
Surfers. That's the one.
And it was mental. That's probably the maddest gig I've ever done because, like, Surfers Paradise, I have described it to everyone. It's like the Ibiza of fucking Australia. It's like a wee holiday place, and it's this wee club. People all came. It was like hens and stags with loads of different groups. So it was all people all dressed up and all rowdy and out for a drink. And then it was like a karaoke part during like every hour night. But Thursday night was comedy. So all these people came to sing karaoke, dressed up as all different things.
Disappointing.
And then the MC got up and he was like, "Alright guys, I know you're here for karaoke, but we've got a wee bit of comedy for you." And it was, "What the fuck?" So they're all going mad. But the MC was really good. I forget his name, and he was funny, so he was able to settle it down. And then it went well. But then the next one, they brought us out. We ran out drinking all day. All these love drink as much as we do. And then we went for a meal later on.
Did you box at any point of this?
I don't know. We went over the box. I was over doing the fucking everything else.
Can I come with you next time?
No, I was doing I'm like friggin' Batman. Or Superman. I was boxing during the day and a comedian at night. You know, I was doing wearing 2 hats. But no, we were doing good work during the day in terms of boxing, but the fun stuff in the evening. And we went for dinner anyway. And we were all drunk, and the manager, of the guy who I was over sparring with, he'd went up. There was a wee singer in this bar, and he'd went up and says there, but get me up to do a wee set, unbeknownst to me. So I was sitting there, and then
very sad is not what you want.
No, ever.
She finished the wee song. We were all fucking singing along and dancing, loving it, and all. I believe we've got a professional comedian in the house tonight. Everyone,
you looking around you too, sir?
Happy days, Star. And then fucking the manager, then was like, "Oh, come on, sorry, guys,
I swear to God, that would have killed me. Like, I would have killed
the whole table. Come on, Tom, it'd be great.
I'd have been sweating it out.
Look, that happens when I started here, and now people know how to do it. But it's like you're off the clock when you're on stage. It's a switch.
But it's
you're
mad.
On.
It's like
people be like, "Oh, I'm going to get you to do 10 minutes of this wedding." You're like, "You're not, because I'll fucking charge you."
It's like it's like someone just me going into drinking. Someone here scrap him for fucking 3 rounds. No, mate.
Hey, mate. You're gonna get the 3 rounds out there at the back, right?
At the park. Go ahead.
So that actually happened there, mate, in Australia.
Did it?
Eamon, he went with his dad, his uncle.
The one about the row, like out in the street.
And so they were out, and his uncle got talking to an Aboriginal fella, and he was saying, "My nephew here, he's also Irish champion, and all this, like how good he was."
Yeah.
And the guy went, "Listen, does he fancy having a fight? We've got a boxing thing out in the outback." So Eamon, his dad and his uncle, drove out to the outback in this barn with all like Aboriginal fellas who lived out there, and he fought some Aboriginal guy in this barn. Have 3 rounds of boxing fight.
Fuck me.
Says it was fucking mental. The place was packed.
Eamon's crazy.
I don't know.
Eamon, some
Got the win and then drove back into the city.
Who agrees to that? Like, you're just like, you know that you need like licenses and insurance. Like, I go fight this lad in the bar. Get on.
That's fucking. He's nuts.
Mango.
You're out for a drink. You don't want to fucking get scrapped.
I don't know.
Am I right in saying that you interviewed me for boxing before?
Yeah. We during lockdown.
Where did this come about that you were doing interviews?
I was doing interviews I did a podcast called Darren Matthews, Sometimes Friends, which is still on Spotify. I did 3 or 4 series. Started before lockdown and then made a load of them during lockdown.
Oh, right, okay.
But I interviewed loads of people that I met while I was travelling.
Okay.
And then you know my buddy Ali McKenzie. So Ali was like, get on the Tyrone. He's good cracking. It'll be a good podcast. So yeah, we had a good one. We were talking about, I think at that point we might have been talking about like the golden contract stuff because that was ramping up to that.
Yeah, it was. Unfortunately, I fought in front of an empty crowd.
Yeah, it's so weird because you were telling me you're like, I don't know how this is going to go because I really thrive off the energy, and I was like, it's going to be weird if you are an entertainer and there's nobody to entertain.
Oh shit, that was the worst thing in the world.
Just you can hear a cameraman coughing as you're walking in, like
even though that entertainer, there was no one there. And the guy clean was like, knock him out, mate. And I hated him.
That was it.
I was then I just walked in and I was like, hey, you see me going, no sweat. Just walking on in.
Be perfect.
It was all scouts. Once there was no one wanted to go watch. I think Jazza was boxing. He's from Liverpool. And all the Scottish ones got the job for the cleaning so they could go and watch the foul fights. So they just sat there and fucking watched the fights. Had such a view of the fights, but unfortunately didn't win.
I think my opener in that interview was, I was like, where are you from, Tyrone? You're like, West Belfast. And I was like, how old are you? I think at the time you were like, I'm 32. And I was like, many grandkids you got?
That's pretty good. I don't remember that. I need to watch it. I don't think I've watched it.
Yeah, I think it was just a Zoom one, but it was good. I think you were doing loads of it because it was all like press.
I was flat out. And see, in lockdown, I swear to God, everyone just came up with their own Zoom
podcast.
I must have been doing about 5 Zoom fucking things a day.
It's good because people had time to do it. I was just doing mine as an audio, and some of the videos were on YouTube.
I think on Zoom, but you lose a lot of fucking banter. Like we get
the chemistry.
There's no timing. It's to know you're talking. I've thought of something. I'm going to jump in, but the timing of when to do it.
Like AFL interviews. I love AFL interviews. They're a YouTube channel for boxing, and they do it normally face to face in Berlin. But see, during lockdown, it was Zoom calls. I just was shit. I just don't feel like you don't get the same energy or buzz. So
you can't work off stuff that just kind of happens in the room where you can work off it. Like I was thinking about this, I was just like, is that totally appropriate after what's happened this week?
Whoa, let's put that down. Fuck's sake, Darren.
What?
Totally. You went from Australia to Canada, and you loved Canada. What brought you back home?
What brought me back home? I forgot to marry somebody for a visa. No, I just used up all my visas. I think I was home when I was 33.
Did you have working visas or did you have just like a 3-month visa?
Working visas, and then I've been back to Australia twice on a performer's visa for doing festivals. And
Are they
once
hard to
on
get?
The festivals, once you apply, they'll get the visa for you, which is great. So Perth Fringe, Adelaide Fringe. So while I was there, I could stay for 90 days and work.
Why are they called Fringe? It's just like a branded festival or something?
Fringe festivals because usually it starts off that the city will have an arts festival, and then a fringe festival is all the stuff you won't see it. So your arts festivals, plays, drama, ballet, and then fringe festivals start out as here's all the because if you're looking for fun, and comedy's not an art according to people.
Right.
But if you ever try and do it and you're shy at it, fucking right it is. Yeah. If somebody tells you that something's not an art and you go, up you get and let's see you do it then. Yeah, exactly. That's very annoying when there's...
I think comedy's very fucking tough.
Yeah.
Then you have to control the nerves, remember all the lines, fucking waiting the timing.
Yeah. Or in my case, because you were saying I MC so much, people therefore basically don't think you're a comedian.
Really?
They don't see the difference of... I'm just like... To even get asked to MC, you have to be a really good comic.
Yeah. Right. Is that a harder job, do you think, than...
Jesus, have you
I think you're
gig?
brilliant at it. Well, I MC'd...
It's controlling the crowd, like...
You know, like when because I'm still like new to comedy, so I didn't really know the dynamics of it. Like MCing a boxing show or an award show, like I'm very comfortable doing it. But when I MC'd the first time I MC'd a comedy show, I was like, I didn't really MC it. I just got up and like done my material.
And then here's the next guy.
Yeah.
Oh really?
A lot of people do that.
Because I didn't realise, now that I've like seen what way you do it, because you are like brilliant, I would say you are the best MC that I've seen.
No pressure.
Like, It's like you have to actually like interact with people and talk and if I ever get asked to do it again, I'll just go with the same kind of way I do like boxing shows.
The way I do it is at the start, I'll chat to people, and it's like you've been made the rep for the crowd. You're telling them what a nice night they're going to have. Lads, we're in for a treat tonight. These guys are on. This is going to be great crack.
You're just
going to
hit
laugh.
them up, aren't you?
You're setting up. Where are you from, man? Chat and have a bit of laugh with people. I try not to be mean to people. People get the wrong idea about like you can take the piss and be sound when you're chatting to people. People get that wrong.
To go, look at you.
People get up and just be like, you look like you fucking assault animals, and you're like, whoa, dude. Because then I'm coming on next being like, be nice to them. They have to like me.
Yeah, you don't want them to feel like.
I don't want to be like, well, fuck us.
That's true.
So doing that,
See,
it's
it is
like
an art.
tone.
Fuck you, it's an art.
Setting the tone, fund me immediately.
What would you prefer doing, MCing or
just doing your own
shit?
Oh, doing my own shows, obviously, because then that's like my material, and I can show that I'm good at this. You know what I mean? It's taken years to actually have the confidence to go, I am fucking good at this.
How often would you have to change material? Did you ever run out? Did you ever go, fuck me, I literally have done everything that's funny in my life?
No, when you're MCing, you've got whatever's like in the local news or whatever's been going on that week. You can talk about current affairs.
I mean, you're proper.
Oh, your own material, yeah. I mean, that's what my main fear about coming home from travelling was like, what am I going to talk about? Because all my stories were like, I was in Vietnam, right? What is this? And all that sort of stuff.
Like, I always think, like, say some of Tommy's stuff is some of it's lethal, but he has to give it up sooner or later. He can't say it every single time. I was like, are you raging as a comedian when that wee piece you have to put to bed? No,
because there's something that always works, but you do as a comedian, you get tired doing stuff. It gets to a point where, because you don't realise, like, it's the same as in boxing, you're selling the show. In comedy, we sell a joke. If you said one of your jokes with no, monotone, no delivery, who cares? You get to a point where that'll happen, and you go, I must be tired of this, so I should stop doing it. So or get it recorded. You're doing it really well, and then bank it.
Is that when you decide to change it, when you think, fuck, this is getting boring?
Yeah, or when people have maybe seen it too many times, or that kind of stuff.
So the thing as well, what I only just realised from doing comedy myself is you could do the same set like 7 days a week, but you're going to do it to 7 different crowds.
Yeah.
So it's new for them. You don't have to change it every time. Do you know what I mean?
You'll find this weird thing that happens. You'll tell a joke 99 times, always works. It's a guaranteed. Like if I'm MCing, if somebody goes bad, I'll get up and tell this joke, and it'll always get everybody back on side. There'll be one night when you do it for the 100th time, and it just gets nothing, and you're like, Jesus. Whoa, what? It's a real way, but it just depends on the crowd. Sometimes they're with you, sometimes they're just like, you could be Billy Connolly and they're hating you.
Because Tommy ran for you as we sat there the week. I was like, Tommy, I got one thing that you said.
I don't know.
He's too good, and he's like, nah, it kills every time. I was like, hold up.
You can't keep
doing it every time.
But I was watching, did you ever watch Russell Hard's Good News?
Yes.
And he always has like a wee stand-up segment. It's towards the end of the show.
Somebody does like 15 minutes.
Yeah. And so I was watching, and there was this guy, a comedian, come on, and I bought one of like a comedy DVD when I was in school, and the set that he'd done on this Russell Hard was the same set on the DVD that I bought when I was in school.
Right.
And I was like, geez, that's mad. Like, he's just must be his first time, like getting on like major TV. So he's gonna go with what he knows works. But like, would you like if say you got a slot on fucking like a Netflix special, would you go for stuff that you done fucking in 2012? Like if it was good,
it depends. We're getting stuff recorded. You like we were supposed to do one for Mickey's Comedy Club for BBC, which was a recording, but it's for the radio, so it has to be clean.
Yeah.
You know, there's like provisos for when you're doing that stuff.
Yeah.
So like it has to be clean, no swearing. I can do that. That's fine by me. But I would go through and be like, what's a couple of wee bits that I might not keep or use more of. So or what's suitable to be used. That kind of thing. So you can do that where you sort of decide. It's basically what suits the show. That I will always tailor my stuff too. If the crowd's a bit rowdy, I'll swear a bit more at them, handle them a bit better. If it's just a nice
reserved,
night, it's more reserved. Just PG, keep it chilled. More jokes, set up punchline.
See, you were saying earlier about weddings and stuff. I would hate to do a comedy at a wedding. I think it would be like a weird setting.
Have you done it?
Well, I'd say it'd be a tough night. in a wedding?
I've done like 2 weddings.
Is it Ireland tough?
And I'm claiming one of those as the best man speech. No, it was dead on. I did one in Australia, and it was it actually ended up being a great gig.
Really?
But yeah, that's why I'm really nervous about doing that one, because I don't want it to be bad. Because I started, it was a lady, and they were living in Australia. She was from India, and her husband was from Tipperary.
Fuck.
And she was saying, I said, well, she said, I want to show him that I understand his humour. I love his culture, kind of thing. And I was just like,
fuck's sake, I'm from Newry.
I was like, Tipper, what way? So I said, well, look, if you want me, I can customise the thing to your husband. I goes, could you like meet me for a cup of coffee and tell me some stuff about him? I'll take some notes and go away and write a few jokes.
That's a great idea.
So I set up, and I was going to be going, like, I was saying to her, I goes, look, I don't know how well this is going to work. I said, but look, just tell me something about your husband. And she was just like, this is 3rd marriage. And I was like, fucking easy. and she was like, oh, and his first wife's going to be there. Unbelievable.
Fuck off, was she?
Yeah, she's at the wedding.
Jeez, that's an awkward.
That's it.
Not at all.
The joke trading themselves.
I went to my mate's wedding, and he had been married before, and his ex-wife was there. Because they got married when they were like 20. And they're like, this is a really bad idea.
Yeah.
And they kind of broke up, realised it wasn't going to work. And
Still mates, but
still mates because they have a kid.
Yeah.
But one of the brilliant things is, the day they get divorced, there's a photo of them outside Toronto courthouse high-fiving each other.
Brilliant.
So when he got married again, she was at the wedding because she's the
She
one.
was just making sure somebody else get him.
Yeah, get rid of this man.
At a wedding, like half the room.
Yeah, they're
made
not
me
there for
interested
comedy.
In comedy, like.
Well, the gig that I did that went really well, so all the Irish people were listening, and a few of the people, the Aussies, were all listening. But a couple of the people, so the lady who got married, her family are, elderly people from India. So I went up. We did a thing where she wanted me to interrupt the first dance, and I was like, absolutely not. I said, at the end of the first dance, I'll come get him, because he didn't know I was going to be there.
Yeah.
So I walked out on the floor, and I was like, excuse me, sir, can I borrow you for a second?
Fuck.
And he was like, I don't know you. And I was like, oh, but I know you.
Fuck,
Come here. And I got him and sat him down. It was just like a roast sort of
Imagine
thing.
the anxiety
Okay.
going through that man's head.
Yeah, 'cause he just finished
no, but I know you. Go, fuck, what did I know?
Because I was like, what year did you move to Australia? And he was like, 1981. I was like, did you have to leave Ireland?
Do you know what? I think that actually would be lethal, just to do a roast.
Yeah.
Like people,
But it's a wedding appropriate roast.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
a good wee thing to do.
Yeah.
But when you're all about like
Yeah.
half the crowd now, like everybody was thank God lovely and in on it, but there was like a couple of like elderly Indian relatives, and they were like, "Well, dessert, sir, fuck this guy."
Yeah.
And I was talking and being like, "This is going really well." I could just see 20
What
people
language is he
leaving.
talking?
But like, I think that's a good wee
That
business.
is. That's a great idea.
You go, you meet the family, you get a wee bit of information from either the wife or the husband.
It always has to be the husband. You can't go up and roast away.
No, the business I wanted to start was I would love to teach people how to do a proper best man speech.
Mine was epic. Mine was unbelievable.
Who did you do one for?
Me.
You did the
I
best
done
man
one
speech.
for him.
Okay,
I
did
also
you-
claim an epic.
Did you remember to say, "Bride looks stunning, bridesmaids
Yeah.
are beautiful"?
I'd done a bit of that, but it was mostly roasting him. Just
You know, you
Well,
open
yeah,
with
I
that,
think-
and then it's like, and now you bastard.
Yeah, that does what my
Yeah.
thing was. Make sure bring up the bride and the bridesmaids, and then it's roast time.
mine was very controversial. Obviously, Tommy's from family's Jamaican. So,
Is he?
So they all came over. Half the room were waiting, half the room were from Jamaica. And my best man speech was very, very close to the bone. with stereotyping. I said to Tommy's
You're rocking with a fucking Cool Runnings onesie.
Tommy's cousins, and I was like, are these going to take us well? And he's like, if they don't, fuck them because it's funny. And I was like, fuck it, he said it, so I went with it. It was just like, it was about fried chicken and about like other
The
other
main that was
stereotypes.
the big fucking that was a big punchline about the fried chicken.
But all went well.
And all my family were in stitches laughing.
wait, guy.
All the way people were like,
You can't say that. And I was like, fuck, that just shows you whiteys take offence more than fucking the black people do.
No, hang on. The way I put it was, I think it's like oppressed people are better crack.
yeah.
Because like we've seen the shit side of life. So we need to fucking laugh.
Yeah.
well, the way they was still like,
They should be fucking laughing then.
So tell me this: the first show is about
about the
your
white collar
first fighting,
boxing.
your
Yeah.
first boxing. What's the second show about? Or
Second show is a beer tasting show.
oh,
I'll be here.
Yes.
I will be here now.
So I'm you weren't. He's like not arse watching the one about boxing. But, what's this about pints? No, the second show I've done this. The it's like another version of I've done the show twice. So it follows it basically follows the naming of the Die Hard movies. So this is Beer Hard 3.
Right.
So this is Beer Hard with a Vengeance. So the way the show works is it's kind of half a comedy show, half a game show.
I like it.
When the audience are coming in, you get a wee raffle ticket, and the first half is we do the 3 beers you're going to be tasting, and then there's people doing material in between. So while you take 8 to 10 minutes, we sipper. People come up and do gigs.
Well, yeah, it's
great.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a full variety show, like, and then
Unreal.
we take a wee half-time break. I say, go get a pint of whatever your favourite one was. Meet me back here. We come back and then we start playing games.
And where is it again?
Deer's Head in Belfast.
Deer's Head's a good wee bar. It brews his own fucking.
Exactly. So you're tasting stuff they sell downstairs.
Okay,
great.
So it's like
And
made on site and it's lethal.
What's your tickets?
Tickets are £12, but that includes your beers.
And where do you
Great.
get them?
You get them on Eventbrite or follow
Make
me
sure you
on
get them.
Darren Matthews Comedian. You'll
Yep.
find all the info on there.
I'm actually getting tickets to that. That sounds
Yeah.
fucking lethal. What date?
Samesies.
Sunday,
is the
this
beer tasting one?
Sunday,
Sunday.
5th or 6th of August.
That's great.
6th of August, I think it is. Yeah.
I'll be in
Check
camp
it.
actually, so I'll be here.
Saying them.
Do you want to just like smell the beers? You
That's
can have somebody else drink it.
Yeah,
Go,
well,
it's good now.
I'll imagine what it's like.
Have you
Yeah,
got
Sunday,
people,
6th of August.
Supporting you? Who's the support for your shows?
I
Or you
think
just doing
I think on the Saturday I'll probably just get my wee buddy Geordie because me and him do Injury Time,
Right.
the sports podcast
Right.
together.
Yeah.
And then on the Sunday I have to probably get in touch with a few boys about doing a wee bit of. If I get it all sold out, then
Yeah.
I'll drop a few lads in for beer tasting.
This guy.
Well, he's helping me on the press tour here, so I'm gonna have to.
And then me, my debut. Who knows?
Yeah.
If you're looking at an MC,
Not allowed to
he's got
drink.
one under his belt.
Stone later, raging.
A free MC.
Not an MC, but you've no budget for one.
If you've no budget for an MC, I get me. I know I'll be very angry at that stage. Like I'll be losing all sorts of weight. So you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want me. I'd be.
I'll let you do it, but you're not allowed to use the microphone.
Me just screaming on the stage. Hello, everyone. Remember that? What was that show called? The guy with the mobile.
Phone checker.
Phone jacker. No, it wasn't. What is it? Was it?
There was
No,
phone
no.
jacker and there was face jacker.
Was
No,
it years-
but no, you're not. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, Dom Jolly, what do you call the show?
Yeah.
What was it
What
called?
was that called?
Trigger Happy TV?
Trigger Happy TV. That was a class. That was the start of that kind of shit. You know.
Yeah.
Can't believe man from Belfast didn't get the phrase trigger and happy. But alright.
So who's your top comedians? Like the work, like who you look at,
Oh, like that I want, that I loved when I was
like inspiring. Yeah.
inspired. Even before I started doing comedy, I loved Billy Connolly, Dave Allen, and Eddie Izzard, randomly.
Eddie Izzard.
Big fan of Eddie Izzard.
Eddie Izzard.
No. Who's the one you love?
Richard Pryor.
No.
Dave Chappelle.
No. You've said a different person. That's
What?
done it right now.
Tyrone, you're allowed to like
Doing
more
it
than
right
one.
now.
I know, but the one you all said he loves, he watches all the time.
Dave Chappelle.
Come on, Carl. 'Cause
Meg
I'm not-
Epps.
Maybe him.
Okay. No, I liked
Was a
them.
random name that I've never heard.
Because Dave Allen was a comedian from Dublin, but he would
Really?
he could like tell stories. He used to do shows where he would do monologues sitting in chairs like with a wee whiskey and just tell stories.
I think
But
he'd
he's
be
a brilliant
good at that.
storyteller.
Yeah.
He's a good storyteller.
But he's a guy from like the 60s, 70s,
Yeah.
80s.
Really?
So yeah, I'll send you some of the stuff. It's very, very good.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. He got banned over here. He got famous in Australia hosting like a TV show. And when he came over here, he got banned because he used to do jokes about the church back in like the 70s and 80s. And they were like, not having that.
Serious?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
big trouble
that's
for that.
strict. Fucking hell, that's wild. Do you ever get in trouble with any of your jokes?
No, I don't really. I don't have anything too offensive to it.
Parameters.
No. I do. I mean, the stuff that sort of maybe pushes limits, but nothing that anyone should get too annoyed about.
So there's no worry or fear of getting cancelled.
No, I think the most annoyed I got recently was I did a gig in Lisburn. My grandfather's from Lisburn, but they burnt him out in like 1920. And I was talking about this in Lisburn because I was like, where the venue was, I was like, we're on Chapel Hill, which is where my grandfather was born. I was like, his house was literally where Bow Street Mall is now.
Fuck.
Like, he's knocked down the house and built a shopping centre. Like, but I was chatting with this, and I was just like, yeah, one of the families that got burnt out. And this guy in the crowd was like, oh, there wasn't that many burnt out. And I was like, it was about 1,000 people, you fuckhead. And then I was just like, are you getting annoyed at me fact checking your own history?
Fuck me.
There's only a couple.
So I was just like,
Shouldn't have been here anyway.
Even if it was only a couple, fuck me.
I was alright. My grandfather ended up down in Uri, and I said, I maintained that until the day he died, he always said that getting burnt out of Lisburn was one of the best things ever happened to him.
I don't know, he's went to Newry, that's a downgrade from Lisbon.
How dare you, sir?
The further you get away from Belfast, the less desirable your location is.
Is that what you think?
I think so.
You reckon?
West Belfast in particular.
So as soon as you leave the west,
It gets
It gets shitter? Okay. You've led a sheltered life, haven't you? Like, you've been in other countries, you fucking...
I love West Belfast. Honestly, I lived in Philly, lived in Marbella, I lived in Scotland for a while.
Jersey.
New Jersey. I just love West Belfast. It's the best place in the world.
You all do seem to have that mental illness.
I swear to God, it's like the centre of the world is West Belfast.
Like, you could be in, like, Central Park on a beautiful sunny day in New York and you're just like, don't even have fucking raffles.
Raffles, do not slander raffles.
I'm not slandering raffles.
Don't you dare.
I see when this ends, me and him's gonna go have a dig in a barn.
We were actually talking about raffles last week with Kieran Bartlett.
That's right, no.
Fuck's sake, so raffles is a staple of the community.
Another concert. Well, see, look, I live in Belfast, but where I'm from is actually beautiful. So
Do you live in Belfast?
Yeah, I live in Belfast. But
South Belfast?
Yes, I'm over across.
Yeah. Travelling the world, living in South Belfast.
No.
Jesus
So the Devonish is, and then you get across where all the wee flags are. I'm over there.
Is that where you are?
Yeah, I can only afford
That's right before the bridge.
I can only afford to live with the loudest. So
Yeah, the cheaper housing.
Exactly.
It is.
Yeah, they've all moved somewhere nicer.
Anytime I'm looking at, like, when I was renting houses, like, look at that house for fucking £400 a month. It's lethal. And then you check where it is and you're like, oh, fuck's sake.
Can't live there.
Can't
You're
live
all
there.
on the side of the house.
But anyway, we've talked enough shit, Darren. But let's get on and buy the tickets to his event. Buy the tickets to our
5th and the 6th of August for Darren's solo show.
What are the
9th of August for our live podcast.
Yep. And get them also on Eventbrite.
Yep.
Subscribe, like. Actually, need to do the...
Yeah, so smack blank by Dragon Claw. So I'm going to give you 3 names. You have to smack one, blank one, and buy one of Dragon
Blank is
Claw.
like ignore, just forget about
them,
it.
yeah.
Smack.
So-
Or buy him a Dragon Claw. Okay.
Who's the thing?
So the first one we'll give you Eddie Izzard,
Okay.
right? The second one, what do you call Yab Stam?
Okay.
Third one's your mate from Karachi.
Oh, Sammy or more?
The one that you were with in Australia.
Okay, Sammy. Okay.
Sammy. So Sammy, Yab, and Eddie.
Sammy or Emmy. So smack blank or buy Dragon Claw. I'm gonna buy Yap Stam a Dragon Claw because I'm certainly not smacking him. He's fucking
Is he big, huh?
yeah.
Huge.
See the clip of me taking the ball off was great and all, but when he was running down the wing at me, I was like, I'm gonna die.
Take it back.
Buying him a Dragon Claw. I'm gonna smack Sammy because he's a good dude.
It's a good dude.
He wouldn't mind.
Christ.
He's a good lad.
Smacking the good people.
Yeah. And then actually no, that'll be a racially motivated hate crime then. Shit. Haven't thought this through. And then God, gonna bang it Izzard because he's trying to be a politician. I'm like, that's what he's doing now. He's running.
Is he?
Yeah, he's running for office over in England. I think he's a Labour MP now.
Fuck. It's random.
So yeah.
But anyway, thanks for coming on.
Yep, thank you. Yep.
Get his tickets, as I said, get our tickets, both on Eventbrite.
Can we do a wee ticket swap? I put you in the door, you put me in the door.
Let's do it.
Alright.
Let's do it.
Love it.
We're trading fucking tickets. Come on. But anyway, get on, get them tickets. Like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends about the podcast. And thanks for subscribing. And legends.